Was goody, was goody. Back with another one, cause you know Raider Nation needed another one. We in the building, y'all. We are in the building. This is Raiders football with your Jers. Welcome to the early locker room show. Appreciate everybody pulling up. We already got some people pulling up. Apologize, I was a little late. I was just setting up. Um, trying to see some. I was using my wife's ring light that she uses. She has a ring light that she uses, and I just wanted to see the difference it is between you know this and what we're doing. Um, yeah. So uh, hope everybody good, man. Hope everybody good. Was goody. My man Rob in the building. Bro said Jers taking a break from lumberjack stripping for the senior citizens. Yeah, man. I had to remove. Hey, them grannies they be doing too much. Hey, the grannies be doing too much, bro. For real, for real. Nah. Uh, Shout out to Rob, man. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Yes, sir. We in the building. Y'all now let me know how the lighting look, man. The do it look better. I feel like this shit make it look a lot better. This light. This is crazy. Like it makes the everything a lot better. This shit crazy, yo. But I can uh got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. I got a few segments I want to go over. I didn't get a chance to type them in my what's the name, but it's all good. You feel me? Hell Raider in building. What's happening, Hell Raider? Say what's happening in your opinion, man? We chilling, bro. We chilling. Highly blessed. You feel me? Highly blessed. So there's a couple segments I wanted to get into. Right. First segment we're gonna talk about is Marcus Allen's quotes on Genty. I thought that was really dope. I thought that was fine. You know what I'm saying? Um, what he said, you know, in the future, or maybe a little bit down the line, it could make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not a lot of sense, but that I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying? So, um, get this mind on real quick for the bros. So that's what we talking about, right? So we're gonna talk about the Marcus Allen quotes, right? And I got some things that I want to say, right? So y'all know I did some stats on Emmett Smith because what he said was Marcus Allen. I'm talking about, right? Rob said, "Hell, ready to salute." Rob said, "Lighting looking good, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna see if I can, you know, let me see if the wife let me hold it down and stuff, And whenever she needed to do her lines, you know what I'm saying, we can do it like that. You feel me? Until I get one. You feel me? I should be getting one soon though. Because this makes a big freaking difference. I ain't even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to you, Rob, for that suggestion too, man. Appreciate you. So Marcus Allen says, right? Jetty has the power of Ebbett in the balance of Barry. That's a Hall of Famer talking about a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So I did some stat searching on Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. So Emmitt Smith stats, all right, his carries, I did the whole career, his whole career. So his stats is 4,000 for carries. He had 4,409 carries. He had 18,355 yards, 164 touchdowns, average of 4.2 per carry or yards per carry, all right, something like that. And then Barry Sanders was his stats was carries 3,062, yards he had 15,269, touchdowns he had 99 with an average of 5.0. Um, Shit, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If he's the image of them two, and he could put a good production down like them two, we're gonna be straight, bro. We're gonna be live, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. Like you're gonna see Genty is gonna be that dude, yo. I can't wait to see him in the regular season. Get that full game with Genty in there, man. It's gonna look good, bro. But I just wanted to talk about this because for a Hall of Famer, you know, one of the best backs in Raider football, bro. He's sitting there telling you, bro, like we got two other Hall of Famers that remind me of him, the balance and the power. And he has both of them. You know, he has some elusiveness too. You know what I'm saying? He got some elusiveness, but the balance and power definitely there, and you can see it. You know, well, you can see the power. You know, he hasn't got to the, and you can see some of the balance too. Like when he took that first big hit with the stinger, they thought, you know, he showed some balance because anybody with that type of hit, anybody would have folded. I ain't gonna lie, he didn't. You know, went out to the tent, came back, ran somebody over, right, and then still had the balance to keep it going a little bit. That's what we see in them two. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, and please don't quote me when I say this, because I'm not saying that he's Barry Sanders and Emmett Smith. No, we're just saying the balance of power, the balance and the power is what you see in Genty. That's it. You know what I mean? Um, Rob said blocking is going to be the key for Genty. Barry was a one man wrecking crew. Nah, facts, and he can block too because they put that on. They said that. I've heard them say that too. I've heard him say that he's been doing really good in the pass blocking. You know what I mean? So pass protection. That's what they call it. My bad. Excuse me. Uh, Hell Raider said, you know what I'm saying? I feel like why is this? You know what I'm saying? So he said Barry was a bad man. So yeah, and that's facts. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that's what we're gonna see this season. Spectacular work from Genty. Spectacular runs from Genty. You feel me? Not gonna be no crazy shit, but he gonna do something crazy. You know what I mean? Uh, image of Barry had a line. So imagine if Barry had a line, Emmett ain't shit compared to Barry. I'm just saying. I'm not comparing them two. I'm just saying the power of Emmett in the balance of Barry. You know what I'm saying is what they see in Genty. But the numbers don't lie, bro. I mean, and you're right. He did have a better offensive line, but then he also played less years than Emmett too, I believe. So, um, he would have been devastating Hellraider. Nah, facts. Cutting in and out again. Am I? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I had another what's the name lined up, bro. So I had turned that off. I had took that out. Is the audio good now? Let me know if the audio is good. Yeah, let me know if the audio is good, bro. But that's all I would say. Just the balance and the power of Emmett and like Marcus Allen might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? And he seen it firsthand last week. You know what I mean? So I'm only gonna take his word for it till I see otherwise. You feel me? Uh, sorry, I woke up early, so I apologize, y'all. So y'all give me y'all opinions. Like, do y'all feel like You know what I mean? That's what it is. Like, do y'all feel like Marcus Allen is right about Ashton Genty? Like, is he able to have that balance and power like Emmett and Barry? You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's been on display for a little bit, but not too much. And hopefully we'll see more of that. You know what I mean? So I had another segment in, but when I seen the press conference, I had to write down all the notes that I had for that. So I'm using that I'm using the press conference now um as the second segment. So I can put on the audio if y'all want me to play the audio. I can play the audio, and then I'll just give you all my notes on what I've seen, what I heard. I think that'd be a lot better too. Um, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think I missed anything because I went back while it was still going on the live. I went back because I didn't know Pete Carroll. I got in there when Landon Roberts was talking, but not when Pete Carroll was talking. But I can play the audio. If not, I can just give y'all my what I need, what I got written down already. Because I got a lot written down and stuff. So y'all let me know. Yes, sir. Y'all let me know. Yeah, but I can't play the audio. Just let me know if the audio. If y'all want me to play the audio, I'll play. Stoops. Bro said roll it. That's a bet. All right. Man, where the fuck my phone? Oh, right behind me. All right, bet. Here. I'm just trying to get my. All right, y'all. I'm about to play it now. As soon as we get those messages, I just felt his hamstring a little bit. It isn't a pull necessarily, but he felt it enough for. As soon as we get those messages, we stop the guy. We don't want to get to the next level too fast. The offensive line's coming on. I think they're getting a good feel for one another. I think it feels like there's some continuity. Colton is doing a terrific job. I'm really fired up about what Jordan's doing in the middle, and so it feels pretty solid right now. There's still room for competition on it and all, but at this point, we're feeling pretty good. Dylan is a guy that since he's got drafted, he's been a starter and he's Mr. Consistent. Would you give us your thoughts on Dylan Parham, please? Yeah, it's interesting you bring him up. He was pissed today. He got mad at the defense getting after the running backs real late in the plays and all that. And if you notice, I was in the huddle with him. I just let him keep going, keep barking, because he was just showing who he is and how he cares and all that. He's tough. He's physical. He moves well. We don't mind putting him on the edge on some situations when we can. He's doing a good job. Henry was set a solid gap with showing up his game. He was playing him outside inside today. His presence was really felt. What kind of progress have you seen? Steady progress. The whole camp, he's been doing a solid job. We've called on him in a number of ways to keep going and keep pushing. We're really trying to make sure that we put him in the right spots that takes advantage of his skills and his comfort and so that he can play at his best. So we have moved him around quite a bit. And so that continues. He's a really talented kid, and we just got to get him out there where he can do some good stuff. We didn't see out there today. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I didn't see. I didn't know that he wasn't going to be there today. I missed it. That's my fault.
Has it been your experience when it came time to make your cuts and get your roster finalized that you found a way to break the news to guys who really worked hard at camp, but just simply there wasn't room for them? You're going to face that a lot.
I don't think that there's a really. I haven't found in all of the times we've had to face that, I haven't found really the right way to do it other than just tell them exactly what you feel. And it's not always what they want to hear, but I try to come as clear to them as I can, tell them exactly what took place and why, and give them good reasoning, because I know as soon as they walk out that door, their mind is going a million miles an hour, and they're trying to figure out why, what can I do, what's next, and what's going on. And I feel for every one of them. And so just tell them straight up what the situation was, what the opportunities are, because they ain't ever over. Guys come back to us all the time, and so there is always, to me, there's always a positive look at it. It's not like see you later forever. That's not how we talk. These guys are in this meeting room right here. They deserve to be part of this club. They have given everything they've got. I love the way that they've fought through maybe their old habits, old ways to join us and be part of the mentality that we're standing for here. And they feel like they're our guys. So as is when we have to do that, I'm going to try to open that so that they have a sense of how they could wind up coming back to us. And it happens all the time. So we'll see.
So the level of competition you were seeking going into camp was met?
Yeah, we've been battling. We've been battling. It's every day. They understand that they're trying to make it hard on the guy across from them, just about to the point. Lonnie Johnson said one of our meetings when we were talking about competing, he's talking about, I'm trying to piss you off. I'm trying to make you pissed off at me. And he's talking about pushing so hard that it's uncomfortable for the guys across from him. And then you got to deal with it. And how do you respond? And do you go throw a punch, or do you kick somebody or hit somebody, or do you you take it to heart and you take it as the challenge? We're trying to push it to the edge in everything we're doing. And so I feel like really good about the level of competition.
Coach, you mentioned the communication between the safeties and the corners and the linebackers. Are you seeing that evolve this week? Have you been practicing on that this week as well?
It's a really big deal. We've not had we've had some stumbles along the way, but it hasn't been something that's consistently showing up. We missed a call here. We blew a look one time or another here. The big touchdown play against Seattle we totally screwed that up in the huddle and at the line of scrimmage. We just gave him a touchdown, and so. But it is not like pervasive. It's not. We don't have any problems with it. We just need to keep doing it. And the conversation that they have back there gives the guy next to them confidence that he's right, and he doesn't have to be second thinking. Am I right? Am I doing the right thing? What am I supposed to be doing here? That's what the communication allows us to get to that confidence level, so we can execute really well.
Is you're building a roster? What is your philosophy if you got a guy that you think can help you this year a lot? But, man, there's a guy that could potentially a couple of years from now be something. How do you weigh that?
Really well. The next question. No. Honestly, that's the conversations that wind up being John and I, hammering it out, trying to figure out what we think is going to happen, trying to predict the future and all of that. That's all part of it. And I'd love to say that we're always right and we got that nailed. But it's hard because there's a lot of variables and who's going to become available and all of that kind of stuff that happens. So we just have to hammer out. We get to a conclusion and then we go forward and go and stand together on it. That's how we've always done this.
Pete, you're really big on competition. Just for you, what does it mean to be competing in division with Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Jim Harbaugh, those coaches who?
Isn't that something? Yeah, I think it's great. If you're gonna be any good, you got to beat the best teams. You have to beat them. And so if this division is loaded with that's what's going to make us what we are. And going against Andy and Sean and
Honda.
Jimmy down there, it couldn't be any more challenging because these guys are terrific football coaches and they're going to have a complete team. They're going to bring their kicking game. They're going to bring their run game. They're going to bring their defense. And then they're going to know how to highlight their special players. I mean, that's what this league really, I think dictates. And so I got to get my act together. I got to play up to those guys.
In Seattle, you had Sherman Smith as your running backs coach, and now you have Dillon as your running backs coach. Can you just talk about the similarities between the two and father and son? And how crazy was it to see their situation kind of transpire the way that it did?
Yeah, that story in the book and the wonderful accounting of all of that has come out. It was really well done and an excellent piece and all that. But to be right in the middle of it when it happened and to see it and you could see the similarities in their looks and their mannerisms, but nobody would have thought that there was a connection there. It just was like, it was just kind of spooky that they were so similar. And then when we find out after the fact that, it's his pops and all that, and we were so close in that during those years that Sherm was just like. He was like a heartbeat for our program. You know, he was the kind of the minister for the guys, and he had so much to share with everybody. And then to know that this story was on the back end of that, I don't know. It was really hard to digest and to take it in. But now that we see him, it makes me chuckle all the time. I see the looks, I see the mannerisms, and to know that now it is connected to Sherm, who's one of my all-time favorite guys to work with. It's just a magnificent story.
Is everybody live on Saturday, or are some guys going to stay back?
Yeah, everybody's live.
Everybody's live.
The thrill events take on more and more as he's in here. What have you seen from him?
I like him. Yeah, he brings you the sense of the experience. I mean, you can see when you watch his film that he's done tons of stuff. He's done all of the stuff at line of scrimmage, on the deep end, coverage-wise, blitz-wise, and so he brings that to us. And he's got a level of confidence that's obvious. And so it's a great pickup for us. And he's right in the middle of everything, right in the middle of competing for snaps and all of that.
Obviously, this is not Saturday, but final preseason game coming up, final roster cuts. What are you wanting to see out of those guys who might be teetering on the 53, 54th spot coming up?
I want to see them to go out knowing that there's a lot on the line for them and play like they're capable. I don't want to do nothing crazy. I don't want to try to be like somebody else. I want them to be the best version of themselves in the face of all that, maybe built up in their minds. I'm going to try to calm them down as much as possible, right, and trusting that the work that we've done, the reps that we've taken, will give them, if they can execute that on game day, again, under these circumstances, and they can handle it and deal with it really well. That's the message that you got a guy that can really compete, you can count on.
Looks like you guys are really working on the connection between Gino and Dante on those deep passes. What's kind of gone into developing that between the two of them?
It's ongoing. It's an ongoing process. You see G is looking for him, and he's trying to give him chances to fit in and all that. We've done a lot of that practice. We've done,
let's fucking
the
go
Raiders.
Everybody live.
Gino's trying to get him to come alive. Is he an over-the-top guy? Is he a back shoulder guy? What are his strengths? What does he handle best? So Gino knows how to throw the football to him. And so we're just trying to catch up on all that. And we continue to do it. If you've noticed, you guys have been here, you've seen all the deep ball drills that we've done. That's to just develop the knack and the feel for the player and the thrower. And it's always good for the defense too, but there's a lot of offensive emphasis in that.
Do you think Dante's looking back too soon rather than just getting down the field?
He did the other night. Yeah, he put his eyes up real early, maybe 10, 12 yards down the field, which is he's so fast, you want him to use it to get him open as opposed to is the ball coming, and so part of that is them getting accustomed to, is he going to get back shouldered? Is the ball going to get thrown outside and on the boundary? When he knows that he's going up over the top, he needs to be able to believe in that and be ready for it. So it's just a process. He has not caught a lot of balls in his career. He's an inexperienced guy in the program, but yet he's bright, he's smart, and he cares, and he's trying. And G's trying to connect it all and make it come together.
How would you evaluate the progression Malcolm Cousins made so far through the camp?
I said something to Malcolm today. It's taken him a little while to feel that he's back. He came a chance so long ago. I mean, it's been 3-4 weeks we've been out here, and I think it took him time to realize he's okay and he's in great shape. And it's often with injuries, particularly lower leg injuries in knees and ankles and all that.
I know, right?
You got to believe that it's okay. And sometimes you have to.
My wife be saying
because after all of that time, they're thinking about it and they're limping around. They got the boot on and all that. It works you. And Alex would be the first one to tell you have to develop your brain to allow yourself to get back to normal. And it's not so much the physical part of it. He's got full strength. He's explosive. He's tough, fast, all of that. And he's shown it in the last 7 or 8 days and 10 days that he really is back. So we're thrilled to see that.
Good. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Congratulations.
So, let's get to what Pete was saying, right? So, Pete said the O-line getting the feel for one another. Colton talked big on him. He also talked highly of gave Jordan Meredith big praise. He said Tyree Wilson has been great in practice. Had a really good practice. And said that we got to get him in the right position to succeed, which I feel like is true. And let me just go back to what I was just saying about the O-line. I think the O-line is fine. He said there's still some competition in certain areas, but I believe that competition. They only saying that because Alex Kappa came back. That's why. But I don't really think it's no. I don't think Alex Kappa's starting. So I'm gonna just chalk that up as a win for JPJ until he confirms it. So he also said, excuse me, players are battling, making it uncomfortable for the man across. Said better on communication. You feel me? Players are battling. You heard what he said about Lonnie Johnson. He trying to piss you off. He wants to make it uncomfortable for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just good competition right there. You know what I'm saying? You try to make the next guy or the guy across from you better. You know what I'm saying? He also said, and then Pete said, everybody's live, y'all. Everybody's live. So all the starters is playing. Everybody playing. I knew that was going to happen. I just needed him to confirm it. You know. He said they've been working on Geno and Thornton's downfield pass and catch. They've been running the deep ball a lot. Trying to get familiar and caught up with that. And we're gonna need that because we're gonna need to throw down the field. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get that communication, that and that connection going. You know what I'm saying? And then Dylan Parham was pissed at the D line because they kept, overdoing it, I guess. So, Pete said, hey, I just let him keep chirping. Just love to see the side of him, And we haven't seen that side of Dylan Parham and a lot of people. And we're starting to see Pete bring that out of them, you know what I'm saying? Which I think is a good thing. What else I got on Pete? And that's about it, I think. That's all I got on Pete now. That's all my notes for Pete. Let me see what else.
You get to plant a life for another day. You deserve the sweet
It's for entertainment purposes only.
Let's get it rolling.
Leonard Roberts is next, y'all.
Are you? I think that's what
Oh yeah. You definitely start to get to that point, where you start really getting into like, for instance, like last week, coming off the first preseason game, I was kind of like, man, I'm finna get in my routine, So I kind of like flipped the page, started like really studying the 49ers like a game week. So I felt prepared going into the practice, and then in the game, little things that they did, a lot in the previous second game and stuff like that, was able to prepare for. So I just start getting into my routine. So when that first week come, it don't be a little off to myself and whatnot, and stuff like that. So
what has the growth been like for you guys in that linebacker world? You guys are on offense. This is the first time you guys have played with each other.
Nah, it's been real fun. It's been real fun.
Give me a second, y'all. I got a pre.
Like, just because we got so many vets in the room that done seen a lot, experienced a lot, we can kind of joke and mess around, and then you got the moaning and complaining type of version of it from a standpoint of like, okay, that's how they want to see it done, and then we go and practice and wreak havoc, and then we just talking, but we understanding what PG and Pete is calling on for us to do and stuff like that. But you able to not get too up and too high in that room, because all of us as vets, so we know what to like take it up and take it down a level from a standpoint of play style and what teams trying to do on certain down and distances and stuff like that. So yeah.
How's it having Jamal Adams in that group, who's a newcomer for the position?
Real good. Jamal, like I said, man, got a personality, the whole group do, and whatnot. Very fun guy. We both from Texas, so we talk a lot of noise in the room. The best football come from the state of Texas. If you think otherwise, you just don't know football. But yeah. So me and Jamal and Dev and Pratt, man, Tommy, like we're all gelling pretty well.
The length of your career has allowed you to see teammates develop. The light doesn't always go on for everybody at the same time. You have a vantage point of defensive lineman, and Tyree Wilson is somebody that has a lot of potential. And obviously, passes the eye ball touch. What do you see from him in terms of his development?
I guess because it's my first year here with him and whatnot. From a developing standpoint, I kind of don't know how he looked in the past, but I can tell you just from who he is today, just my opinion, man. He come to work, man. He's working hard, man. He does some very good things inside and on the outside and whatnot like that. And man, that guy is really long and stuff like that. So his extension and just being able to get off blocks and affect not just in the pass game but the run game, man. You really see it. Obviously. You guys was able to see it on a couple plays versus the 49ers, but like we see it day in and day out in practice. So, we know what Reek is capable of, and I think Reek know what he's capable of. But from a development standpoint, I just, I haven't been here through that process.
Going back to OTAs, you've been helping guys behind you, beside you, in front of you. It's almost seemed effortless, like you just knew this system. Have you been in the system before, or is it just a high football IQ?
Nah, it's a complete different system. it's completely different. But from a standpoint of once you get comfortable with it, you start figuring out like the ways the offense can get us in certain situations. Put your linebackers on over routes. Being able to try to pull the defense in certain areas so that for their benefit. So you're just able to see what the offense come out in. Check on the like, if they inside, hey man, we probably gonna get a lot of boot, or we're gonna get play action and they're gonna come crosses on us and stuff like that. And hey, if they try to spray us out, they're probably trying to get matchups on the linebacker hitting it top down. So you start to feel, that philosophy of how offense is trying to get to us, so that now pre-snap communication, we're able to talk about them type of things and get it lined up, just heightening, the awareness of the play the offense could run. And me, Dave, Pratt, Jamal, we do a very good job of communicating that to each other.
Whenever you're matched up with Brock Bowers or he comes through your zone and you got to cover him, just what is that matchup like? How challenging, is he to deal with?
Brock a very good player. Very good player. It's definitely a hard matchup and whatnot. I try to just use the tools that I need to use to get the job done. I'm keep that to myself.
You mentioned that mandatory minicamp he was trying to do, but he said no, not yet. Is he starting to implement that, and are you starting to pick up on that?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely starting to pick up on it because it's getting close to week 1. So you need to start putting these tools in so then our defensive guys can use it to our advantage and stuff like that. You seen a little sprinkle in the 49ers game when, Chin able to be the best player he can be by, cheating up, showing a little something, and then he out of that, being able to make a big turnover and stuff like that. And one thing about this league is it's about who can get that ball, and stuff like that. So defensively, if we can continue to get that ball, continually create plays, no matter who's getting a turnover, we're going to be able to be a successful defense in this upcoming season.
Kind of going back to talking about football IQ, how, I guess, difficult is it to kind of have to adjust to so many different defensive sets that's already on the field, but also how much fun is it to also have to be in charge of dealing with that as well?
It's not that many sets. It's not that many. It's just, you got different people maybe be in, but it's kind of the same and whatnot. Not going to get too deep into it. I don't know if the New England Patriots listening to this, so I don't know, man. But I'm just messing around. But, if you understand the philosophy of PG defense, then, you can understand where they're going with, so the philosophy of the defense and whatnot. And it is some hotness to it that you have to have a height of IQ, but at the same time, man, they talk about it so much and they just really, really install it the right way to where they might start off to where it's just like this. Then they install one nugget. Then they install another nugget. Before you know it, you got a toolbox of tools on one call that you can do to not let the offense manipulate the situation they may put you in because they see what type of defense we're in.
How do you feel about the progression of the communication through the past couple of preseason games and getting more of used to it with the guys that you're working?
I think communication, from a defensive standpoint, I know a lot of people like to come in every season and be like, oh, our communication is right where it needs to be. Our communication is great and whatnot. But week to week, we have to be able to grow communication-wise, and that's even going to be all the way into the season. You know, when you really want your communication at a height is, you know, in the fourth quarter of the season, because by that point, you done seen it all. So you know from a backer, from a safety standpoint, hey, look, we've been getting a lot of this. Hey, teams been attacking us this way because it's a copycat league. So if one team attack you a certain way and they have success, the other team going to do it. So then the next week we need to heighten that communication from that standpoint. So that's why I always say real football don't really start until after Thanksgiving, because that's when you done seen it all, and you need to make sure your defense is on the height of the communication standpoint of it.
We know you're physical and smart player, but one of your teammates said you're a quiet trash talker. Can you tell us about this quiet trash talking side of you that we don't get to see?
Yeah, I don't really know. I talk sometimes. It's kind of when I get bored. I get a little bored in practice. You know, Gino might be throwing it a lot. It's not a lot of run plays, so I'm kind of this boring, and I can't kill nobody in the kill zone yet because, you know, it's practice. So I'm just like, so I start talking that way. Or like, for example, yesterday, we had one-on-ones versus the running backs, and you know, rules is kind of changed now with one-on-one, so you can't really rush them a certain way. So it's slanted. So the running backs got the chirping. So I'm just like, yeah, no team run next, and they still chirping. Like, all right, I was gonna take it easy on y'all today, but I guess I'll set this tone. And yeah, look, I think it's little stuff like that.
Yeah, see what happened in Sincere
I understand
McCollum.
why they mess with me, man. I'll be minding my business, you know, and stuff like that. But it'd be fun because Devin kind of the ringleader in the room of the talking and whatnot. So Devin every day, I be feeling bad for him sometimes. I'm like, there, he don't be quiet, so I lay off of him. But then when they start with me, I'm like, all right, you asked for it. That's on you. Like that. So.
Evans looks like a guy that's kind of settling in. He got some reps with you guys for the ones today. What have you seen from him since he's come here?
I've been like the real. I played with Real in Pittsburgh, so I've always knew
Terrell ran with the
Real
ones today,
as
y'all.
the person and the player and whatnot. A very smart guy. You know, big guy, but at the same time, he's very fluent and very fast and whatnot. You know, obviously Real was a first round pick, and you kind of see it in his statue and just his ability and whatnot. And man, when we signed him, man, I was just like, man, this is going to be great. And I mean, when he walked in, I was like, hey, you know, this defense fits you, man. I hope that you're able to get your opportunity to take advantage of it and stuff like that. So, you know, obviously I'm rooting for him. And at the end of the day, I root for him and every other man out there, but on our defense. But at the same time, man, I'm just glad that he's out there, you know, being able to make plays and put some good things, you know, out there, not just for himself, but for us as well. Good.
Thanks, Elandon.
So that was Elandon Roberts. I'll give you my little notes on E-Rob. Shout out to E-Rob. Would like to get an interview with you, bro. If you ever watch this, you feel me? So I'm one of the ones that's been rooting for you, bro. I'm definitely the man. I'm probably on the island right now. Everybody just not rooting for you, bro. So, yeah. Anyways, excuse me. Anyways, so Robert said he's getting back into his routine, started with the 49ers game, going into the 49ers game, studying film, and, you know, on the regular, like it's about to be the regular season. Well, he's getting ready for week one, he's saying. So, you know, getting in that routine. So when week one come, you know, they'll already be like, you know, mid-form and they shit. You feel me? So, said linebacker group is getting more in tune with each other, laughing, joking, you know, going to meetings, you know, talking and stuff. And, you know, just, you know, basic linebacker group shit. You feel me? Like, It's a new group, so they all trying to get a feel for each other. So that's what's up. He also talked highly on Brock Bowers. Said he's a really good player, really good player. He said what he does. He said just gotta pay. He said he as in Landon Roberts just gotta play his game, meaning what he said about the tools and everything. Just get a couple of tools out of my bag. You know what I'm saying, to even the scope, basically, you could say. Said communication has to be there to succeed through the season. He says there's a lot of chirping with the RBs, with the running backs. And I heard that he smacked Sincere McCormick so hard that his kids will feel it. So I guess that's what he's elaborating on. You feel me? So also talked highly of Terrell Edmonds. Said he knows he'll do well in this season with them. Told him that the defense fits him, and that he just hopes that he shows and displays what he can. You know what I'm saying? And he was running with the ones today, y'all, which I knew that was going to be. I already said that shit like weeks ago. I said when we signed him, I said all he needs to do is just get his foot, get that playbook under him, his foot in the dough, and he'll be one of the starters. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Landon Roberts, man. I think dude he a really smart linebacker. You know what I'm saying? He knows the concepts and everything. He's been around for a while. You know what I mean? He's a veteran, a really good veteran. And he's gonna lead this defense with Max. You feel me? So I think this is the last one, which is
You don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets 24/7 fast-friendly claim support.
Could I get a picture?
I don't want to use
It's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop. It's just a bug.
Get more than just savings. Get
why
more with Geico.
Extra absorbent, even for your messiest meals. Vanity Fair napkins. Elevate every day.
I hate these freaking ads, I swear.
Having a really good camp. What a really good day today. Do you feel it? Are you in your zone now?
I'm chilling right now. Practice over with.
Nah.
But yeah, man, I'm just enjoying each and every day in here with my teammates, with the coaches. Just come out, compete, go to work, and not only make the defense better, but make the offense better going against them.
You trying to send a message early in practice too?
I told him in here before practice I was gonna get the ball out today, but I didn't get it, so I just had to finish the play on it.
You're just saying though, when the game slows down, it actually gets faster. You play faster. Are you kind of starting to notice that a little bit?
Yeah, I would say like the game slowed down a lot. It's more just working on craft now. Getting the right technique. And just playing with game speed and don't think, just go and then react to whatever shows up in front of you. And that's what I try to do every day.
The fact that you're doing it from the outside and the inside, is there a challenge to that, or are you pretty much over the transition from one to the other?
I'm over it. I just you got to know when you go back. Go outside. You got these certain techniques to do, and then when you go inside, you got certain different techniques and to make the defense come to life.
Max has been a mentor since you came in as a rookie, but you guys got a lot of one-on-one time in during training camp. Have you guys worked together heading into this season more than ever, and what have you gotten out of it?
Man, shout out to Robbie, man. He always put me and Max together. Starting OTAs, me and him always working on six tech, pass rush, rush with hands, and we just continue to build in the training camp, and it's building a brotherhood and a friendship. I feel like we closer than ever, and we're gonna continue to get closer.
Last time we talked to you, you mentioned you're working more like counter moves, things like that, having more in your bag. What's that process been like for you?
Man, it's just at the end of the day, man. My arm's long as hell, so power comes first, and being able to have the change up with speed, and sometimes getting off with speed, it gets the defender off balance. So I go with power, and then be able to counter off that move to be able to affect the play.
This preseason, your first step looks like back in college.
Yeah.
It just that guy's back. Is that Am I seeing it accurately?
Man, I mean, y'all watch the tape just like I do.
Taino, what's up,
I
brother?
feel like I'm way faster, way more fluid than I have been before, and it's gonna continue to get better.
To that is the relationship you and Patrick Graham have, and you had a chance to play in his system for a while now.
Man, but it also comes with reps, being to know what's going to happen and be able to play free and have a free headspace.
What you mean faster? So what did you do to get to this point?
I go to practice every day. That's I mean, it ain't no secret. You come in, put in the work, and shit starts to show up.
Talk about, kind of like how you like that power move. When you talk about just the differences between playing on the edge versus playing on the inside, is there kind of like a preference now going into the season, or you don't care?
Man, I don't care. Wherever you line up, I'm just try to be a problem inside or outside.
What do you like about playing on the inside? What'd you say?
Man, I feel like being able to work with multiple guys, make the rush right, and also be able to, get on the defender quick. And, it's the quickest path to the quarterback being inside. You go through the guard, the quarterback's really going to be standing right there.
He's coach. What do you do, bro?
You guys say that the game is 10% physical, 9% mental. When you look at your own progression, what would you say is maybe changing your mindset as you go?
First, I would say it's a little bit more physical than 10%. But you are right. It's more mental than anything. And, that's what I found out. I feel like when you're young, you like to think, you like to try to not make wrong plays, but that's really slowing you down. So I feel like when you go fast and try to correct it on the go, you make the plays that you want to make.
Do you feel like you know something the rest of the league doesn't right now?
Man, I mean they ain't here at training camp, so probably so. Yeah.
I mean, how much does that excite you to show?
Man, I'm excited to show up every day, and we got one more preseason game to put it on display, and then we get to the real season to be able to show it each and every week.
People talk about Pete Carroll's always compete philosophy, but what does that actually mean? What does it look like as a player?
Man, it's always, it ain't just competing against another guy, it's competing with yourself. I always try to break down the film and find something that you can get better the next day.
I know that's real.
And then, challenge the players across for you to make the
glad
offense
you had
better.
a safe flight, bro.
You coming back to be better and make the whole defense better. It's always trying to find little things, whether it be pad level, hands, technique, anything to get better so this team goes farther.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was the last of that, bro. Broskis. So what I got on what Tyree Wilson was saying, right? So he said they said that Tyree had a good practice. He said, yeah. Came out on fire, ready to wanting to set the tone. Said the game had slowed down for him. Now it's just about working on his technique and his pass rush moves and stuff like that. He said he's over it when it comes to worrying and trying to see who he's lined up against or whatever. He says he's just gonna line up against anybody, and whoever he line up on gonna get this work. You feel me? Basically, that's what he said. He talked highly on Max. Said he's learning a lot from him, and they have gotten a lot closer. Says Rob always putting them two together. So I know that he wants them two to be at their best, and I know that Rob knows that he's going to get the best. Max is going to get the best out of Tyree. You feel me? Then also said he feels faster off the ball. And he said since college and stuff. I think Hondo Carpenter asked him that. So I think Tyree Wilson is doing, his due diligence, putting in the work for for the team. I think he's going to continue to put in the work. and get better. So, you know how that go. But I think we're gonna be all right, man. You feel me? Like, he was gonna be straight. East Coast in the building. He said, "Yeah, bro, pretty smooth travel day." Nah, I feel it. That's what's up. He said, ECG, don't let anyone tamper with. Yo, hey, Hellraider, you gotta chill, bro. Oh man, yo, you funny as hell, bro. He said, here to do a documentary on a high school game, and our guy Logan Rogers. Gonna be the most high quality shit I've ever done. Hey, that's what's up, bro. I'm proud of you doing your thing, man. I'm proud, bro. I'm happy for you, my nigga, for real. Ardell said, get it done. Yes, sir. Dell said, what's happening, Dell? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. DK in the building. DK, what's happening, bro? Alrighty, that's cool stuff, bro. Yeah, it is. Ardell, appreciate your support on our shows, bro. Yeah, facts, definitely facts. Y'all don't. If y'all haven't ever been on East Coast Gridiron show or his channel, y'all make sure y'all go check it out. East Coast Gridiron, man. My bro know what he talking about to the fullest. Like anything, college, he got shit in the NFL teams, everything, bro. He does his thing. So shout out to my bro, man, for real. So Hellraider salute, everybody saluting. Follow me on YouTube. I got you, bro. Follow my man DK on YouTube, yo. Yes, sir. Follow my man on DK. So, I want to talk about something, right? I'm gonna make this another segment. I want to talk about something. So, I want to talk about the Eagles and the Raiders trade. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about that Thomas Booker and Ja'Cory Bennett trade, right? Who do y'all think got the better out of that trade? You feel me? Who y'all think got the better out of that trade? Hellraider said, hope it goes well, East Coast. That's awesome. Hope you enjoy yourself as well. Nah, facts. Hope you and yeah, man, hop on the show, bro. When you get back, man, you done settled in, chilling with the wife or whatever. Man, hop on, bro, and tell us your experience about it. I'd love to hear that shit, bro, for real. I think the chat love to hear this shit too, bro, for real. I agree, Taino. Billy Davis in the building. I ain't forget about you, bro. Said, so what up, Raider Nation? Your chat was happening. Billy D, salute. Raider said. Raider salute, Billy D. He said, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Let's go Raiders. Yes, sir. I definitely be tuning in, bro. I definitely tune in. Tyone said we won that trade. I think I don't know. I think we both won. I'm gonna say that. I think we both won on that trade because, to be honest, Thomas Booker looked good, bro, in the last couple preseason games, bro. Even in that Seahawks game where he was there for only 24 hours and came in, bro, he's been in the backfield a lot, bro. So I will have to say they both won that trade because I already know what Ja'Cory Bennett's going to do for the Eagles secondary. You know what I'm saying? And just by seeing what Thomas Booker's been doing, I really like it. And he's already emerged himself into the starting lineup. You feel me? So I'm gonna say we both, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say we both won that, you know what I'm saying, that trade, you know what I'm saying? So Billy Davis said Taino salute. East Coast said Eagles 1,000%. I mean, people gonna say the Eagles because it's the Eagles, but I really think we both won that trade because I watched last night that 49ers game again and seen Thomas Booker do his thing. So Tyona said Thomas is a starter and Richardson is hurt. I think he meant to say Ja'Cory Bennett. Yeah, but yeah. Ja'Cory's been hurt the past 2 seasons. Yes, he has. I ain't gonna lie. But he was healthy this season. I didn't want to let him go, but that's neither here or there. You feel me? If I'm gonna make a trade, it's definitely gonna be with the Eagles. If it's a player trade, to believe it or not, Eagles got some really good players across the board, yo. You know what I'm saying? East Coast said, "Hell Radar, I appreciate it, man." Facts. East Coast salute. East Coast said, "What's up, Billy?" He said, "I post all Raiders on my channel." I bet. Yeah, we gonna look it up, bro. We gonna look it. He said, "East, nothing, man. We just chilling, bro. Just chilling. Just chilling." But I kind of like that trade. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably I am definitely gonna look close to Thomas Booker this Saturday because I think he's gonna do his thing again. DK said you're very chill and respectful, man. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. You come here with respect always too, bro. So you know what I'm saying? I was always raised on you know what I mean, saying you give respect, you get respect back. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I stand on 10 on that, you know what I'm saying, and I'm big on that, you know what I mean? So but yeah, so y'all let me know how y'all feel about that trade. I mean, some of y'all did already. I know Tyona said we won that trade. East Coast said Eagles won the trade. I'm saying that I think we both won the trade. Like, we both going to come out winning off this one. For real, for real. Some people be trying to play Thomas Booker like he barely cracked the rotational. It don't even matter. Like, I seen some film with him on the Eagles, yo. Even in, like, the Super Bowl, the playoffs, he was a dog, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even though he didn't start, when he did get his chance in there, he was a dog. So I don't know. That's how I feel about it. And then watching film and then watching them, you know, on the preseason games, I'm like, yeah, I think we kind of won this trade also. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel. You know, I could be wrong. You know, I don't mind being wrong either. You know, I'm not one of them. So let's get to this next segment, right? 12 and 13 personnel. Let's talk about it. Now we know we've been running a lot of shit that we haven't been running in the past few years. RPOs, a lot of screen passes. Let's see. Let's keep going. See. Screen passes, run pass options, like shit like that. Deep throws, like we've been doing a lot, and I think we've seen 12 personnel here and there, right? But have we seen 13 personnel? And if it was 13 personnel, and y'all correct me, East Coast, correct me if I'm wrong, bro, because I know you is. But 13 is you could put a like a wide out on one side and now does the tight end have to be in the slot or does he have to be on the outside for it to be 13 personnel? Because Nav said something last night, but I couldn't quite catch it what he said, but it sounded similar to, like, you know what I'm saying, it has to be like, I guess, like a bigger wide receiver. I don't know. But y'all let me know about this 12, 13 personnel, man. I think, well, I know we're going to run 12. Pete said we're going to run 12. But will we run 13? Now it's most of the stuff that he ain't even been shown yet in the preseason. So, and he doesn't even and he done showed like I don't know a little bit on 12 personnel, but not nothing major on 13. You feel me? So, yeah, man, I think this 12 personnel shit, 13 personnel shit could work out in our favor now that we got a good head coach. I mean, a good offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck? Who's doing 12 personnel on Luke Getsy's offense? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't really had much on that. You feel me? Now, one thing I've seen, this is the next segment I'm talking about, the blocking of wide receivers, man. We got some blocking ass wide receivers, yo. And the good thing about the wide receivers is they like to what's the name, yo? They like to block. They ain't got no problem with blocking. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love it. You definitely gotta love that shit. I see a linebacker. Like straight bust him. Boom. Bang. Right on the ground. Like, hold that, motherfucker. That's the type of shit you want to see in your that's the type of shit you want to see on your offense with your receivers, y'all. You know, you already know what they say about Jack Best, man. He loves that contact. Boy, he loves that I'm gonna drive you, I'm gonna lift you up and drive you there or drive you here. You know what I'm saying? Crazy shit. But you know, Jacoby Myers has put, you know, showed that he can block really good. We got some really good blocking tight ends. Ooh, excuse me. You know, we got one of the smallest receivers, and this motherfucker over here blocking shit heavy, like a lineman. You feel me? Like, good shit. And then it's crazy. You feel me? But I would like to see more of it. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely gonna open up holes for Genty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said Brock Bowers played Saturday. Yeah. He's a beast, bro. Best tight end in football, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Well, Brock's been a beast, bro. You know what I'm saying? Brock's definitely been a beast. What else I want to get in touch with? So, guys, we got $35 million in cap space, right? Who do we sign or who do we re-sign? Do we re-sign Colton? I mean, not Colton. We already signed. Do we re-sign Jacoby Myers and then re-sign Michael Mayer? Because I'm hearing he needs his guarantee money also, and he was only a second round pick, if I believe. So, well, we definitely gonna have to see about that. Me personally, I think we should just pay our guys and keep it over and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like we don't need nobody else, but you know, people keep saying we do, so that what it is. You know what I mean? Let's see. But yeah, I would just re-sign our players. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? If we do what is that? If we cut down on the 53, I think we're gonna bring in some other guys from other players. I mean, from other teams. And if I was us, if I was the Raiders, I'd fucking go holla at the Bills. I'll go holla at the Ravens. I'll go holla at Philly. The Eagles. I'll go holla at the Command. Well, you know, teams like that who's like, you know, really on it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, that's how I feel though. What do y'all think? Y'all think we should go out and get some more people, or with that 35, or sign our own players? Because you know, I want Jacoby back on this team, bro. He got to play for us. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? He got to play for us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel the same way for Michael Mayer. I think Lunatic was saying the same thing yesterday. Like, these the players that we need to re-sign and shit. You know what I mean? We need to keep going out and get more players. We need to re-sign all our players so they know that everything cool. You know what I mean? They know, like, all right, they want me here. You feel me? But I think, you know, Spytek and all them do an excellent job, bro. You know, they're doing an excellent job so far. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning like this. It's crazy work. I'm not even tired like that. So that's really all I got on that part. NFL Red Zone. I don't know if y'all heard about this, but NFL Red Zone and NFL Network is being sold to ESPN. I think it's a stupid idea. I think it's dumb as hell. I don't rock with it at all, bro. I don't rock with this shit at all. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? NFL Network should just be NFL Network, where they could just talk about all football and not just everything, like not every sport, just football. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna miss that shit because all the shit that NFL Network was doing, ESPN ain't gonna do. You feel me? So I think that was stupid as ever, bro. I ain't like it. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I agree too. Yeah, man. I didn't like it. I think, you know what I'm saying, all the classic games and stuff like that, like, is ESPN gonna play? You know what I mean? Another thing I'm skeptical about is ESPN got so much shit going on. First Take, all these shows on there. How you going to fit a whole network on there? You know what I mean? You talking about me? Oh no, it's straight Raiders over here, brother. DK, it's straight Raiders. I don't want to talk about no other team. MLB, MLS, and other sports. Nah, I'm good. I just like to follow like MLB, like the Yankees. That's my team, so I follow them. But I'm not gonna do a whole channel on them or a show on them. Nah. MLS, I don't really got a team. Like, I like any team that's overseas in Europe, like Chelsea and, you know what I mean? But y'all, how y'all feel about this shit, bro? They said that NFL Red Zone gonna be going over there, and they getting a big profit off this shit, a big profit. And I don't know, man. I just don't like it, bro. I just don't think it's it. You know what I mean? I think that they need to just NFL Network need to just chill. Just stay put, and you know, because I would prefer NFL Network over ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the Stephen A. show no more. I think they got people on there that don't know what the fuck they talking about, especially the females on there. Molly Querum gets on my fucking nerves. She definitely don't know what the fuck she talking about. You know what I'm saying? NFL on ESPN, be on ESP with other sports. Nah, NFL is on a lot of sports channels. But if you got a whole NFL channel right there, why not keep that instead of mixing that with dumb shit, bro? Like, ESPN is dumb to me, bro. They fire more people than anybody, dog. Their turnover rate is crazy over there. That's worse than a manufacturing fucking job, bro. Seriously, yo, every little thing that somebody does, and they do it off the fucking, like. Now I can understand the Shane Sharp lawsuit, all right? Now I can understand that shit, right? But firing other motherfuckers, bro, like, it's just stupid to me. Canceling certain shows that's really good for these bum ass shows is stupid to me, bro. You know what I mean? This is why I don't like ESPN like that. I'll watch some of it here and there, you feel me, just to get some info off there to see what they talking about. But NFL Network is the shit, bro. I take NFL Network any day. I think anybody would who's a real football fan. You know what I mean? But if niggas like ESPN, you know what I mean, that's you. He said that's really dumb and stupid. That's what I'm saying, bro. You taking a whole network and adding it to something like that they're never gonna talk about, bro. You're never gonna see a whole bunch of NFL shit on there, bro. Unless it's like during the football season where they got the red zone or the ticket or all any type of shit like that. But nah. The classic games, man, I used to love watching the classic games. You know what I'm saying? My football life, like niggas want to watch shit like that, bro. Get they neck up and shit like that. You know what I mean? Niggas don't want to watch Stephen A. Like, the fuck? No shade to the nigga, bro, but no, I don't want to watch that shit, bro. We need niggas that know what the fuck they talking about, bro. Especially when it comes to the NFL. Niggas don't know what they talk about in the NFL. Why the fuck is you saying anything? That's just my opinion. Yeah, you feel me? That's it. That's it, bro. You feel me? I think it's dumb as hell. I don't like it at all. Shit either. Football life on ESPN. This is the shit that niggas was loving when they were playing, when they were watching NFL Network. It's like, yo, I could go on NFL Network and get a good hours of notes and shit on there of what people were saying. Like, I can really do that. ESPN, you can't do that. You can't. They talk about football. They talk about basketball. You want to know something about football? They talk about basketball. You want to know something about football? They talk about baseball. You want to know something about football? They talk about soccer. Like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody want to see that shit, bro. Hardwood. I mean, not hardwood classes. That's NBA. But you know what I'm saying? NFL Classic. Like, niggas want to watch that shit, bro. Niggas want to catch up on their teams and shit. That's the easiest way to catch up on your team is by NFL Network, not ESPN. You'll be waiting for hours or days until they say something about NFL. Unless it's like scandal, if it's like a scandal or somebody really did some shit on there, you feel me? Now when they got to go get the rapping about anything. But ESPN, I don't think they should do that. I mean, I don't think the NFL Network should do that. That'd fuck them up, period. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't really too keen to beat on that though, you feel me? I think it's a waste of time. And the dude that was saying it, right, he was like, yeah, all right, so let me see what I can see because I got some shit on here that I want to know. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Go here. It's right here. So I'm gonna give you what they were saying on here, right? Yeah, I'm tired of these ads, yo. This shit's trash. Nobody cares about this shit. So, It says ESPN is expected to have access to NFL Red Zone, NFL Network, 7 more regular season games, the NFL's fantasy football business, as well as the potential to integrate special features, including betting and potentially more assets. NFL may receive up to 10% of ESPN's equity. Been in discussions for years, admittedly complicated, announced this week. That's crazy work, bro. Let me see. Okay. So, it says, oh my gosh. All right, so it says several weeks ahead of ESPN's next era app. Will cost $29.99 a month and watch all programming. So now they're charging you to watch what the fuck ESPN was putting up there, when you could have watched the shit for free. I see, this is the shit I'm talking about, the dumb shit, bro. And it says 2011, ESPN was on 100 million cable homes, 65.3 million in 2024. So that shit dropped tremendously. ESPN already paying NFL $2.7 billion a year for Monday Night Football and 25 games. Has 2027 and 2031 SB. I don't know what that is, but whatever. So ESPN's already paying these niggas. That's probably why they trying to get the NFL Network, so they ain't gotta pay them. You know what I'm saying? $63.5 billion or 65.3 million. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy work. Let me see what else they're saying. It says NFL Network was plagued by cutbacks for years. Even though the league is a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut, ESPN is expected to invest in improving NFL Network programming, according to sources briefed on its plan. Now, I believe this is dumb shit right here, because what are you improving on the NFL Network that don't need improved on ESPN? Because ESPN needs a hell of a lot of improvement. You know, besides, you know what I'm saying? ESPN needs a hell of a lot of improvement. And for them to say that they're doing this deal to make improvements on NFL Network is blasphemous. That shit is shitty. Like, why are you saying it? Because that shit ain't even true. ESPN needs so much improvements, especially their anchors. The people that fucking is on each show, they definitely need upgrading. Now, I ain't talking about like the NFL players. The NFL players is cool. You know what I'm saying? But to have like females on there, I don't even know what they talking about. You got females on there airing out dirty laundry off certain people that's on teams, like Malika Andrews did to the dude that played for the Rockets now, who coaches the Rockets now. Like, you got dumbass people like them. You feel me? I forgot the other chick name that be on NFL Network. I mean, on ESPN, on First Take. What the fuck is her name? Let me see. Let me look it up real quick, because I don't like getting names wrong. You feel me? I like giving out facts. You feel me? First Take cast. ESPN First Take cast. fired Kerry Champion, which was a good. I'm gonna tell you the people that they fired, who was really good. Donna Jacobson was really good. Max Kellerman was really good. Will Kane was stupid. Kerry Champion, I liked it. Her. She's probably like one of the only females. Her and Mina Kimes are like only females I really like on there. Who else? I ain't done. Ellie Duncan was cool too. Damn, who else is on this freaking show? There's a lady on here. This girl on here that I don't like her. I'm just trying to find it. As soon as I find her name, I'm gonna fire off on her ass, goddamn, because she retarded. All they keep showing is Molly Querim. Damn, here she is right here, but what the fuck is her name? Damn, they lucky I can't find her fucking name. Boy, I'll air her ass out right now, but she's trash. She don't be knowing what the fuck she talking about either. You feel me? So it is what it is, you feel me? He said, damn, phone died. Damn. It's all good. How much did you miss, my guy? Shit. How much did you miss, my brother? But that's all I got on that, man. I think that ESPN buying out NFL Network and NFL and ESPN thinking they can improve NFL Network is just retarded. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, yo. It's the dumbest shit I've heard, bro, for real. But it is what it is, right? So, y'all let me know, man, what y'all think, man. What y'all thought for everything, man. Y'all let me know. I'm probably gonna hop off here in like a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I hope everybody started to like the setup. I'm trying to get things one by one for the room and shit. You know, my lovely wife is allowing me to use her ring light right now, so you know. Kay Adams she don't know what the fuck she be talking about either. And I wasn't feeling her. You know, she was cool until that Devontae Adams interview, bro. Taino. She was cool until that Devontae Adams interview when she started that bullshit and just had fucking Devontae Adams just talk crazy about us, bro. And he hasn't even stopped yet. The motherfucker was just on what's the name? Up in Adams. Yeah, I don't watch her. I don't watch her. She never has nothing to say good about the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, she started that bullshit with Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? You know, got him talking, him bashing us and shit. But fuck him. You know? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It is what it is with me, though. You feel me? Shit. But I don't think Up in Adams is on ESPN. I don't even know if Up in Adams is on what's the name. I think she just got her own network show, or I think she just got her own show off YouTube and shit. For real. Taino. But I still don't watch her shit. I still think she's trash. Like I said, the two females that I like, you know what I'm saying, was Ella Duncan. She had some smartness, but she didn't really talk football though. But I really liked it. I really like Mina Kimes. I think Mina Kimes is like the number one female on ESPN that knows a hell of a football than any female on that platform, yo. She knows more football than any female on that platform. That's why I like listening to her. You know what I'm saying? That's why she reminds me of Blue reminds me of Mina Kimes. You know what I'm saying? Because Blue knows a hell of a lot of football, well, Raiders stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. You feel me? Like I said. But yeah, I'm finna get off. You know, do some work. You know what I'm saying? Do some more work. So get ready for this show later on and stuff, y'all. Appreciate everybody pulling up always, you know. And I go check on my wife, you know. Like I said, she's been under the weather last couple of days. She's getting better and better every day, but you know, she's still under the weather, so I gotta go check on her and see if she's good. But like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that done pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Show love. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. You know. Rob, I'm gonna call you after the show real quick, bro. If you got time. Just let me know. Give me a thumbs up or okay or something. But yeah, Rob, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be after this show, bro. Right after the show, though, if you got time. My man said Raiders. Yes, sir. We in the building, y'all. We in the building. I appreciate everybody pulling up. Like I said, y'all look out for the 4th and Goal show tonight. And yeah, man, I appreciate all the love and support, man, for real, for real. And like I said, man, make sure on the way out, y'all hit that like button. If y'all didn't already, subscribe to the channel if y'all didn't already. And peace and blessings. And I hope everybody has the rest of a good day. And stay safe out there, man. With that being said, y'all know what it is. Raiders in the building.